You're pretty much telling the girl, I don't need you. I'm my own man. I don't really comply with any set of rules. I'm not a beta male. I'm not a simp. I'm not afraid to potentially offend you. I'm not going to go out of my way to insult you, because that's obviously not what I'm talking about at all. That's stupid. That's obviously going to sever rapport and not break it. You want to break rapport, not sever it. Essentially, think of it as like a temporary kind of jolt when you break rapport. An example of breaking rapport in this case, and I'll give you the specifics. An example would be a tease, right? So she says she's from Philadelphia. I go, oh no, well, you're from Philadelphia? This definitely isn't going to work. And I like turn to leave. So a couple things. You're from Philadelphia? Tease. This isn't going to work. Disqualifier. And then I turn to walk away. Takeaway. So it's 3 breaks in rapport immediately. Plus tonality. My tonality also breaks rapport. So it's 3 to 4 breaks in rapport within like 2 seconds. So immediately with a girl that's more attraction-centric, there's 2 types of girls. Comfort-centric. Picture like the girl that grew up in the suburbs of like the middle of fucking nowhere, Wisconsin. She has like 3 friends that she's known for 20 years. She's had 2 boyfriends that she both dated them for 5 years. That is a comfort-centric girl. She doesn't need much breaks in rapport. She doesn't need much attraction from you, right? You can be wearing Yeezys and that's it. You're good for life. Go to the gym without her sometimes and you're good for life. Like for life is the polarity. Attraction-centric girl. Think of a girl that lives on the strip, that lives in West Hollywood, that goes out almost every single night. She's a fucking Gemini extrovert. Like that girl right there needs maximum attraction, maximum polarity. She needs the teasing, the banter, the negging, right? The DHV, the DLV, which are all, those are all categories of breaks in rapport. Let's go over again, the 2 different types of girls. The comfort-centric girl, she doesn't need much breaking rapport. So if you break too much rapport, that's actually bad. That could sever the set. If you've ever been in a set before, when you're breaking too much rapport, you're telling too many jokes, too many teases, and the girl like doesn't like it, right? And she like kind of almost shuts down. She overfilled her attraction bucket and the safety/comfort bucket is too low. So you don't want to do that, because every guy is like, he gets his heart broken and he's like, I'm going to be the most attractive man ever. I'm going to do everything that can maximize my attractiveness, and I'm never going to be, vulnerable again. I'm never going to build comfort again. I never get hurt again. And then the guy just overflows the attraction bucket, and then you lose girls, just like you did when you overfilled the comfort bucket with no attraction. You can fall off on either side of the spectrum. You can lose on either side of the spectrum. So I'm trying to say, it just feels better to lose on the attraction side, because at least you're getting some response. The buying temperature is at least high for a second or two when the girl responds to your break and rapport. But let's go over the different types of break and rapports. So the first part that the OG kind of PUAs back in the day, like early 2000s, would use all the time. I don't really recommend using this that much unless you're kind of subtle about how you do it. So the first one's called a DHV, a demonstration of higher value. So back in the day, what they would do for DHVs, like the OG kind of PUAs, if you ever read the game, Tyler Durden, Mystery, Neil, Eric, what they would do is they would DHV, which is essentially saying, like, bragging about yourself. I have this cool car. I live in this cool side of town. I live in this penthouse. I just got back from Tulum. I just got back from Dubai, whatever it is. It's a very blatant DHV. I don't recommend doing that. I, in fact, recommend doing the opposite, which is DLV, which is the next one, demonstration of lower value, right? Because DLV, you're essentially stating something that is so far-fetched and the opposite of what probably is assumed to be true that the girl's like, wait a minute. No, you're not. Like if you're in a club and like, the owner, the DJ, and you were just in the DJ booth and like dapping up the fucking DJ, and you just like fist bump the bouncer, and she saw all of it, and you walk over to her and you start talking, you're like, yeah, this is my first time here. I'm a peasant. She's like, what? No, and then like for her to say anything to resolve the confusion, she has to invest. I just saw you in the DJ booth. She's investing emotionally, saying that I saw you previously. I've been watching you, observing you, and I care about this right now. I'm trying to resolve this because I care, right? That's all emotional investment. It's what you want. I just saw you in the DJ booth. You just fist bumped the bouncer. What are you talking about? Yours isn't your first time. You're lying. And now it's like this funny kind of polarity of like your discretion. You're playing this game where like I'm trying to downplay how cool I am. And if I downplay it, the ceiling is infinite of how cool you actually are. If you don't downplay it and you try to brag, the ceiling's right here of how cool you are. Does that make sense? So you want to downplay it, not to like a complete self-deprecating where you're like, is this guy depressed? Don't say it like, I'm a piece of shit, I'm such a loser. Don't say that. Just say like, I'm a fuck up. And you're kind of smiling as you say it. I don't know anybody here. I'm a peasant. This is my first time here. You walk her to the owner's table. Like after that, you go side stage, you go in the DJ booth, right? Hey, you want to go in the DJ booth? Like that's the funniest thing ever. I don't know anybody here. I'm such a freaking peasant. Hey, you want to go in the DJ booth? And she's like, what? And then you like dap up the fucking DJ. So this DHV and this DLV, I recommend DLVs more, especially when you are a cool dude. You have a cool car, you have some skills, your Instagram is fucking popping. DLVs work really well. Now you can still do DHVs because you just have to do a DHV in a very subtle way. It can't be braggadocious, right? You have to make it seem like it is actually part of what you would have said. If you're in the conversation, you're talking and she just mentions that she just got back from Tulum, right? She was there with her girlfriends like 2 weeks ago. DHV, while building the commonality at the same time, it could be, nice. What'd you do? You get some photos? And she's like, oh yeah, I got some. Where'd you guys go? Go to Azulik, be Tulum. You guys stay in like more of the city or by the beach? And she's like, oh no, we didn't go really that many places. Did you go to any cenotes? You go to a teak cenote? No, I think we went to one. I forget the name. You forgot the name? Like, do you see how I'm breaking rapport? I'm qualifying her. Like she's qualifying to me and telling me things about herself to kind of justify what she was doing. And so I'm building commonalities. I'm getting her to qualify herself, which builds investment. And then I'm also breaking rapport at the same time. I'm kind of implying like you didn't go to a teak, you didn't go to Azulik, May, you didn't go to either of them, the hotel, you didn't have breakfast at the top of Azulik. Like, what did you do there? Like, do you see how I'm kind of like instilling or putting social anxiety pressure of like, you didn't do the thing you're supposed to do there? Like the trendy, cool, cunty thing, you didn't do it there? Why? Why not? Like, aren't you part of the cool kids? Like, that's kind of what I'm saying is the undertone. And then now what does that force her to do? Qualify. Well, no, I mean, I wanted to go and pick up my friend. She wanted to stay here and she was busy because she had to leave early. And because this happened. Now she's explaining what is all of that investment. She's qualifying to me. If a girl's qualifying to you and investing into you like that, that's polarity. But you want to maximize and maintain polarity at all times. Like I'm the masculine male who's leading and she is the girl who's the feminine girl, which eventually when she feels safe enough will surrender into her feminine. Right? She will kind of surrender to me in this interaction. Right? So that's what you want to have happen. If she's qualifying to you, you're essentially the authority and she's telling you, well, I wanted to go, but we couldn't because of this and this and this. She's qualifying to me, meaning I am the higher status person in this conversation, polarity maintained. So we got DHV, we got DLV. The next would be tease. Now a tease, I'm sure you can think of plenty of teases, right? She limp, she's in a crutches, you call her Stumpy, right? She went to Tulum and then didn't go to any cool spots. You're teasing her about things that she did or didn't do, right? It's pretty simple to self-explanatory of what a tease is. She always covers her mouth when she eats food. She giggles in a funny way. Her laugh is really loud. She gets really shy whenever this thing happens. Like you kind of playfully call it out. Makes sense? The next is a neg, which it's kind of a tease, but a little bit more harsh. It's just like a more harsh tease. I don't really recommend it. I mean, breaking rapport is just funny. And just to take note, you need comfort before you can break rapport. Because if you have no comfort, right, nothing, you have nothing in the safety comfort bucket, you try to break rapport, it's like you're just being a dick. There's no like tether there. There's no like actual connection first. And you're trying to break rapport and like come off as negging or insulting. And she's like, I don't even know you, dude, and you're insulting me. Like, that's not how this works. If you have comfort and rapport, how you can break it, right? You need to obviously build more comfort after you break rapport. It's kind of a binary. Like, what do we need right now? Not really focusing on me. She's kind of being arrogant and entitled to break rapport. She's being more soft and sweet and surrendering and kind of being a bit more feminine. Comfort, right? It's very simple. It's kind of like a on-off switch, and they'll test you. They'll just feel like the intuitive hormonal influence to test him. Say the stupid thing to him. Insult his hat, right? And say he has weird hair. She'll do that randomly just to test you, which is good. If she's testing you, it's fantastic. That means she's interested. She wouldn't test a freaking beta male that she's not interested at all. So that's negging. The next is disqualifier. Now I would say this. You got to be careful of how you say it. I don't say this on a date. This is all cold approach context. Just disqualify her or the interaction itself, right? We would never get along. You look like you're like my little sister. You're like my best friend. Essentially, it's like creating this reverse psychology where now you took one edge of the polarity. You took one side of the spectrum. It's almost like a magnet. Like you took like the north side, right? Now she wants to take the other side to balance it out. Same thing with the polarity. So if you say like, you're like my best friend, you're like my bestie, and then she maybe kind of liked you, like not as friends because there's some polarity there, she's going to be pissed. What do you mean I'm like your bestie? You're just like my little sister. That was adorable. And it's like kind of like adorable, like cringe, or adorable, like he actually thinks it's adorable, but he told me his sister. I thought he was interested in me, like, sexually. He just said sister. I'm mad. And now she wants to like figure it out and they get to the bottom of it. What do you mean, little sister? What are you talking about? No, I'm not. And she's like almost, insulted, but not in a bad way. Like she wants to qualify her way out of it, right? What are you talking about? No, we're not. How am I like your little sister? Which is fantastic because now she's essentially saying like, no, I want to be a sexual person with you. which is great. The next one is banter, which is essentially like a playful back and forth conversation where you could be saying statements or questions, whatever it is, but it's like a playful back and forth. I'm sure you've gotten to like a banter back and forth with a girl before where you're saying kind of witty things. She says something, you play with it, she says it back. The goal is like maintaining this like kind of state. Here's the model again. Break rapport, comfort, escalate. And you want the girl to be qualifying to you, right? So after you break rapport and you ask a qualifying question, usually a lot more qualification comes out, which then allows you to build more comfort. If you go, where are you from? And she goes, I'm from Pennsylvania. And then you go, so that was comfort right there. She's kind of investing into you, so kind of qualifying, a lower grade of investment. Then you go, wait a minute, not Philadelphia, right? Breaking rapport. What's she going to say? If you have some buy-in already, investment already, she's going to qualify against it. What do you mean? What do you mean not Philadelphia? What's wrong with Philadelphia? Why don't you like Philadelphia? See how she's like, you've riled her up and now she's investing more. So you can play with building comfort and in breaking rapport to then get more qualification, which then leads to more investment, which then leads to attraction and then a good ending, right? So the more she invests during the process, the easier the escalation is, the easier the pull is, right? And then the next stage, open, comfort, break rapport, pull, right? The easier the pull is if you have that investment, the attraction.